You're tuned in to the Red Zone Blitz.
Here we go.
The home for all things NFL and college football.
Ready?
How you doing, fellas?
Not bad.
Pretty
Did you pass all your physicals?
Nope.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't
pass my physical.
All right. Well, it's a great way to start. Welcome back. If you guys are joining us for the first time, welcome to the Red Zone Blitz. Give us a shout out on the socials, Red Zone Blitz Pod, TikTok, Instagram. Where else are we? We're on X as well. We're on YouTube too. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Red Zone Blitz Podcast. We will be going to the NFL draft, so we'll be providing you lots and lots of content. Great stuff coming your way. If you are a first-time listener, I'm your host, G. I'm joined by
Brandon, what's up?
My name's Matt. What's up, everybody?
What's up? I'm KK.
And yeah, fellas. So Maxx Crosby is back in Las Vegas.
That situation is just so fucked up.
Very.
Well, usually there's a trade pending physical, not a trade and then taking it back because he failed a physical.
Well, it's one thing to get the guy over there. What I don't understand is you guys knew that he wasn't going to pass his physical at this point of his rehab anyways.
Yeah.
I think this is your classic owner getting clowned on at the golf club, resort, golf country club, whatever, being like, you traded 2 fucking first round picks for a guy with a broken knee. Don't you know he's got a fucking knee meniscus thing? And like, I think it's people getting in the owner's ear being like, you traded what for what?
Oh, totally. Like, you gave up 2 first picks for Crosby when you know Trey Hendrickson's a free agent, right?
Yeah.
You can sign him for nothing. And
Maybe they thought they weren't getting Trey Hendrickson, so they went for Crosby.
Well, apparently they wanted both.
like the shit, and it's just funny. Like
Yeah.
the shit coming out on the internet is just hilarious. Like, one, they're saying that they were already talking to Trey Hendrickson when Maxx Crosby was in the building. 2, well, things come like the stupid shit that came out today. Like, 1, he can't touch his fucking toes. No shit, he can't touch his toes. He's had fucking surgery. And then they're like, oh, he tested
give it time.
positive for fentanyl. You mean a guy that just had surgery tested positive for a fucking painkiller? Like, you do know fentanyl actually has a use other than crackheads, right? Like,
That's clip right there. 1 minute in. There's your first clip.
The internet never fails to it's just comedy.
No, there's tons of that right now. And like, because everybody can pay for a check mark on social media, you're going to get a lot of fake doctors and fake reporters that are reporting the amount of, something's happening. So there, there's reports tell me there's a big trade to be announced this Saturday. Okay. You know what happens? If there's no trade, no one bothers fact checking that guy being like, hey, fuckhead, thanks for lying. But if it's correct, and let's say out of God's grace, left field, Patrick Mahomes traded for 4 first round picks, blah, 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 whatever, something happens on Saturday. Suddenly that guy is going to quote tweet himself. He's going to quote himself and he's going to see, told you. I'm plugged in. And that's where we need to start fact check. And I love to keep the receipts account on Twitter, X, whatever. We need to start fact checking these fake internet, social media, doctors, sports reporters, people that say they have sources that are tapped in, which clearly don't. And Micah Parsons and his brother. We just constantly need to cyberbully these people. And I think then we'll reach a society where people will understand the difference between fentanyl in a pain-killing situation and fentanyl in a recreational, I can't afford actual cocaine, so here's some fent.
Exactly.
Now, fellas, I was expecting a lot of fireworks after our episode that we last recorded in terms of transactions. We'll talk about Maxx Crosby. We'll do a whole deep dive, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the winners and losers. So these are my own little personal rankings. If you don't agree with me, write to me, redzoneblitzpod@gmail.com. If my co-hosts don't agree with me, they're about to let me know. Now, the losers. First of all, I will give the Bengals a C. They lost Trey Hendrickson, 17.5 sacks, to their divisional rivals, the Ravens, after a messy contract dispute. They should have traded him. They then signed Boy Mafe for 3 years at $60 million, a guy with 2.5 sacks last season. That's $20 million a year to replace a first-team All-Pro rusher with a depth piece. That's a tough look. The Raiders, you know what? I would have given them an A previously. I'm going to have to give them a B for things a little bit outside of their control. Tyler Linderbaum leaves, which is a massive win for them. Like 3 years, $81 million, highest paid interior offensive lineman ever. Great stuff. He's going to be great with Fernando Mendoza. It's going to be beautiful. The Maxx Crosby saga is a little bit complicated. Ravens backed out of that trade. Now Crosby is in a place where it's not just that there was a trade request or they were floating his name in rumors. He was on a jet in another city and fully there, and now he has to come back and play with his old homies back again. Listen, there's massive drama surrounding the Raiders. I think they tanked all value they had with Maxx Crosby. They should have traded him to the Cowboys for a third, like we had all thought they should have done in the first place, that third that we don't have. But yeah, I think I'm going to give him a B. Cardinals, I'm going to give him a D. So releasing Kyler Murray, I don't really agree with that decision. I think that they took on that project. They kind of didn't give him the best chance to succeed, and they owe him a fortune. They've signed Jacoby Brissett as a starter and Gardner Minshew as a backup. They're officially in rebuild mode. Now, what I don't understand is their new wide receivers and new players on the offense that they've signed, they've named Jacoby Brissett a starter. Why are they coming out and saying, you know, it doesn't matter that we don't have a quarterback. I trust Mike LaFleur to get us there. Come on, guys. Come on. Can we get some fucking prep sheets for the new guys on the block? Come on. Jacoby deserves better. Free my boy Jacoby. Now the winners. I'm going to give the Vikings an A. They signed Kyler Murray, 1 year, $1.3 million deal. Cardinals are paying a bulk of his salary. Now, J.J. McCarthy, probably reading this, shat himself a little bit. Probably thinks his time is done. I'm here to tell you, yes, it probably is. Now the question probably is Kevin O'Connell going to manage J.J. McCarthy's development while Murray is in the building, or is he just going to say, that's for you to figure out with our quarterbacks coach? I'm going to focus on winning games. Vikings fans, I guess you could hit us up in the DMs. The Chiefs, I will give them an A. Lost their all-pro cornerback in Trent McDuffie, plugged in Kenneth Walker, brought Kelsey back. McDuffie trade is a pain, but hey, they got that late round pick. I have a kind of a feeling, we'll talk about it in the mock draft on who they might add. I'm going to give the Steelers an A. Surprisingly. The Pittman trade, you know what? I liked it at the time. Late round, you know, you get a nice addition on wide receiver. Rico Dowdle's in the building. You get Jamal Dean, Sante Samuel. Only thing keeping you from an A+ Steelers. Sorry, I gave him an A-. I apologize. Only thing keeping you from an A+ is you have absolutely zero quarterback clarity. There is nothing about your team that I can point to and be like, yep, I know he's gonna be the quarterback. Aaron Rodgers still somewhere out there sniffing some ayahuasca and playing coy. Now the best team, the number 1 grade, I will give to the Ravens, because wow, what a absolutely bamboozlement you guys did of the league and the Raiders. Missed out on Maxx Crosby, quote, missed out. Then pivoted immediately to Trey Hendrickson, 4 years, $120 million. Lamar restructured his deal. Everybody's kumbaya. Oh, yeah, they also got those 2 first-round picks back. So, you know what? All in all, what a masterful shift by the Ravens. Now, fellas, is the Ravens front office the best in the NFL right now? Would you guys, if you're another front office member in the NFL, are you looking at them with like, damn, that was real fucking smart shit they did? Or are you being like, those sons of bitches? How dare they?
I think a lot of the league is pissed off at him, to be honest. Like,
yeah.
And the crazy thing is,
But if you're the Ravens, who cares?
No,
but
if you're the Ravens, man, like no one's gonna want to fucking trade with you anymore.
Yeah,
Good luck.
Yeah.
Like you're blacklisted.
Yeah.
Good luck getting a trade offer now.
But at the same time, it's smart as fuck. You get Trey Hendrickson, who you know, and he's healthy. Maxx Crosby, again, he's just coming off surgery, he's rehabbing. Like I think Maxx Crosby be back to what he was, but obviously they don't think that. But they get to keep their 2 firsts. Like that's huge. and they get Hendrickson.
And I don't think they purposely did this whole thing to start. Like, I don't think you give a team 2 first-round picks just to
I think they knew what they were doing.
I don't know.
They knew what they were doing.
I don't know.
I think
he got in the building and they saw some reports and people started getting in each other's ears about being like, are you sure you want to give the 14th overall pick for a guy, especially in a draft like this where there's not a whole lot of offensive talent, but there's tons of defense. There's tons of
Well, that's
defense.
what they did, right? They
get
thought
a
about
younger,
it after the
healthy
deal,
offense.
and they're like, I want my picks.
But that's
back.
what I'm saying. I don't think they thought about it before when they were like, here's 2 first-round picks. Like, I think they thought about it after, once the picks were gone.
Or they thought they were going to get a Hendrickson.
or were they trying to bid him up and then they got caught? Like, if you're bidding on an eBay auction and
Yeah.
you're upping the bid because say you have the same card and you want the values to go up. So you're bidding, hoping, and you see someone else. As soon as you bid, you see an instant so go higher. So it's like you're in a bidding war, and then
This is overpaid.
you stop,
And now you have 2
hoping
cards.
that person goes one above
Yeah.
you, and you said 2 first, and no one bid above you. So they said, okay, congratulations, you won, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't want to.
That's probably what it was.
But that's assuming that another team offered
Yeah,
more
but
than
like-
2 first.
No, but that's what I mean. So they offered
don't-
2
I don't
firsts,
think-
and
I
then
don't
no
think
one
so.
came up on that because Cowboys, it was first, a second, and it was a Digizua.
That's
who ended
still, they should have taken that.
They still should have, I think.
But that's
a
but they
more
fucked
fair
everyone
deal.
because once Maxx Crosby was off the table, everyone that was interested in Maxx Crosby, Cowboys mainly, they went and made other moves. We couldn't take Maxx Crosby even if they said, okay, we'll give him to you cheap. We can't take him anymore. Like, we would have to make.
I mean, we can.
We can,
We
but
can.
we'd have to make other moves.
There would have to be moves made to make room. They could definitely
They
take.
could.
Jerry Jones could definitely go in there, restructure
But
some shit.
at the
and
same
make it
time
work.
now-
But the price,
And the stocks on him is going to be down now.
well, okay.
Like, look at
So
it.
the
Well, yeah,
rumor,
they lost all their leverage.
the rumor
Exactly.
was a fucking 12th overall pick in this year's draft, a 2nd round pick in next year's draft, and Osa Digizua, which went for a third. So even if you don't value Osa Digizua as a 3rd, but he was still a valuable player, I think if they called the Cowboys now and they're like, hey, do you want Maxx Crosby? Anytime before Maxx Crosby plays a snap, my first answer is going to be, I will give you a 5th.
Fifth.
That's where I start. I start.
Yeah,
If he, this is before he plays a snap. If he goes back and plays trade deadline. His value is going to shoot right back up, right? Like, also, this guy's going to come out like a demon.
Oh yeah.
Like, he's going to
What's
come
Maxx
out.
Crosby?
He's going to come out firing. He just got told that he's not good enough to be on the Baltimore Ravens. I would love to see the Raiders.
I
play
just
the Ravens
hope
this
he's
year.
not a distraction in Vegas now.
He
right?
doesn't
I
give
don't
me
think
that
he.
vibe.
I don't think he.
I
will
hope
be.
not, but you never know.
Everything I've read about him, he doesn't give me that vibe. You are correct. You never know. Shit changes. People change. I've seen it all the time where you don't expect someone to act a certain way and then they do. And now you're like, what the fuck's wrong with you? But listen, I know I gave him a B, but now you get all those pieces on the defense. And the Raiders are there. The Raiders have somehow went from like the team with the most cap space to one of the most cap tight teams in the matter of minutes.
Well, yeah, because they thought Crosby's contract was off the books, so they went out and paid.
They paid out Dean and all these other like players, but now you get all those players and you get Crosby back. There might be like there could be something there, like in terms of that defense being good. A lot of that's going to be coaching, of course. You're going to have to get some proper coaching in there, but hey, it's not too terrible. Now, we talk about Vikings getting Kyler Murray for basically free. I know we say that all the time. And that basically means that he has a incredibly inflated contract on a different team that he's getting guaranteed money for. So Kyler Murray is like, why pay the insane state taxes? And this also works because I don't think Arizona has state tax.
No.
I don't think so.
And I don't think so. And I believe how it works with buyouts is because he's bought out, that money becomes moved in. He moves out differently as long as he maintains residence in Arizona. He's not paying any state income tax on that. So I think the smart thing that Kyler Murray also did was like, hey, why would I need to go into a bidding war and potentially go to New York? The New York Jets, of course, have done the very great thing of taking back Geno Smith.
You called that.
Fucking
Did you hear
beautiful.
Malik Willis got offered from the Jets? they were gonna pay him something like $30 million, and he said no.
And he went to the Dolphins.
Smart man.
Smart man.
Smart
Can you
man.
imagine? You like
Man, poor Jets.
before
No
like
QB
even
wants to go
if
there.
they imagine like I don't know who obviously made the offer first, whether it was the Jets or Miami.
Yeah.
But can you imagine like the Jets come in? You've had what 3 career starts? 6?
He had
3.
3. Yeah,
Yeah,
3
3
career
starts.
starts. And the Jets come and say, "We'll pay you $30 million a year," and you're like, "Nah, man, I'm good."
Yeah.
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
I'm all right. And he gets to play them now twice a year.
And now they're back with Gino. And
first Dante Moore saying he's not going to the draft, and then that's such a kick.
no,
in
man,
the
that's the
balls.
funny shit. Is Dante Moore didn't want to go to the Jets.
Yeah,
Next draft, Dante Moore, congratulations,
Oh, yeah.
you're a fucking Jet
because Geno Smith he's the first overall pick. He just gets teams the first.
and
overall
the
pick.
Manning family is not going to let Arch go to. They'll make Arch pull an Eli. They will not let Arch go to the Jets. No fucking way. So Dante Moore, congratulations, you're a New York Jet no matter what.
Yeah, I don't know where.
Or
it
maybe
goes.
Is he
maybe
allowed
you
to
can
stay in
apply for
college
another
year?
apply for another fucking year.
like Trinidad.
He just keeps going
He might.
back.
Or that's the
Keep
guy
going
that
back.
got his fucking like 9th year of eligibility that just got.
Quarterback.
I can't remember what position, but he's got. I
Yeah, I
mean,
think it was
he's
a
had
quarterback,
2 or
wasn't
3 years that he's been injured, but he just got like his 9th year of
Yeah.
eligibility fucking confirmed.
So Justin Fields is going to be there
Oh yeah, he's still there.
in New York. Here are the numbers, fellas. So you look at it now. Somehow Justin Fields is making $20 million in base salary. I don't know.
Jesus Christ!
Holy fuck!
I don't know how the fuck this is happening. His guaranteed is 10, but he's making 20.
That's even worse though. It's still $10 million guaranteed for
Yep.
Justin Fields.
Yep.
Like,
$23 million cap hit. All right, this is what I'm going to predict is going to happen with the Jets. You got Minkah Fitzpatrick. They signed him now for $15.6 million. It's a 1-year deal. It's all paid out. So he's got all his money. There's no guaranteed money left. Congrats, buddy. You're traded at the trade deadline.
oh yeah, that's a draft.
That's a draft
Back
booster.
to Pittsburgh.
Drop signing.
That's a draft booster. You might get him. He's
I
going to
know.
be on the
Well,
trade block.
He's like $6 million in dead cap for us. So
Brees Hall, another guy, $14.2 million base salary, $0 left in guaranteed money. Congrats, buddy. You're trade bait.
yeah,
Well, congrats. He'll be glad to fucking hear it once he's traded.
yeah, he wants to get traded.
Same thing with Brandon Stevens. He's owed like something like $11.4 million. He's almost out. He's a cornerback there. I wouldn't be surprised if they trade him. Same thing with Jamie and Sherwood. Probably gonna bust his ass. Garrett Wilson, you dare you say? Yeah, he's owed about $3 million in base salary. He's got some signing bonuses. They're gonna save $10 million on the cap if they trade him after June 1st. So my point being, this is going to be an absolute terrible time for Jets fans once again because their team's not going to be relevant, and they're probably going to be back in the same position they are this year, which is mock draft.
They need to find that kid and interview him next
Yeah.
year again. Like,
There's
you still a Jets?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough.
There's like a million of those kids in New York.
Yeah.
And I
Can you
know-
imagine being a fucking season ticket holder for the Jets?
Well, it's-
Like a long time season
Oh,
ticket holder.
Do you know that super fan there that they have, Fireman Ed?
Yeah.
He like count. I'm pretty sure he canceled.
He
his
canceled,
tickets.
yeah.
That's how bad it is.
Well, then they raised their prices too, didn't they?
They
Like,
raised it
yeah,
from
you-
$5.
they
you fucking suck,
Yeah.
and you raise the prices. Like
$5 to
when you fucking
$10.
suck is when you lower it, and then when you get good is when you bring them up. Like,
Yeah, like right now.
Who has more fans at their games, the Panthers or the Jets?
I think the Panthers, man.
Panthers?
But like, I don't know. The Jets
Before-
fans
There's
are.
a lot of
before-
Jets fans.
Before they made the playoffs?
No,
Yeah.
before
No.
they were just, yeah. They are being really stingy about releasing these prices. I just
or
want-
paying for a fucking like a box or a suite for the Jets. Like,
Yeah, anything.
But like so this person is on the New York Jets fan page on Facebook. They said, I received my season ticket invoice for 2026. It increased another $475.
Oh, not to mention they don't even play in New York.
The fuck?
that's in
They play
Jersey.
in New Jersey.
$475 for what? What did you possibly do last season that warrants a $475 increase? Jeez Louise.
Yeah, that's when I'd cancel it. Like, there can't be that long of a waiting list for the Jets.
I think we could probably inquire today.
You know, it's not like it are the Packers where you put in your fucking grandkids and then your grandkids put in their grandkids, and maybe
No.
one day down the line your family will get tickets.
No, I'm fairly certain we can inquire about the season tickets for the good old New York Jets. Those fucking idiots. They're going to be hosting the Raiders at some point. Thank you for letting us know, New York. That makes me want to sign up all the more. Fellas, I know we got kind of carried away there. Vikings and Kyler Murray. All right. So I'm not going to go through the whole, is this a steal or whatever? Obviously, it's a steal even if he doesn't play a single snap. But what I will say is, are you essentially punting on JJ McCarthy? Is there a future for JJ McCarthy on the Vikings? And if not, is this just another example of taking a quarterback after a recency bias of a national championship and being the product of a really good system? Because we see it all the time with Ohio State guys, where they come into the NFL, they can't play because they were just surrounded by the amazing best wide receivers. Do you guys think, A, is JJ McCarthy done in Minnesota? And B, if he's done, is that a failure on the Vikings or a failure on JJ McCarthy?
I don't think he's done yet. I think bringing Kyler Murray, you've got competition now for JJ McCarthy. Right? He's got to step up his game, maybe learn for a year.
You want to know how bad he is, though? When I put McCarthy in the prep sheet,
he's still a young quarterback.
When I put McCarthy in the prep sheet, KK goes, why is Mike McCarthy on the Vikings? That's how bad he is. Even KK doesn't give a fuck about him. KK goes, what the fuck's McCarthy doing with the Vikings?
Is this a mistake?
Sorry, you were saying? Sorry.
Well, I mean, he's got a year to prove himself, right? He's got competition now.
Yeah, but
last year he didn't really have competition.
I bet they wish that he had competition last year when he was just we still lost to the Vikings.
And then you look at the other side. The Vikings are on the bubble of like a playoff team.
I remembered we lost to the Vikings.
We also had Matt Eberflus.
We also lost to the Cardinals.
We also had Matt Eberflus.
Who is coaching for the San Francisco 49ers?
He's like assistant head coach or something.
He's like assistant to the regional manager up in San Francisco. I really hope the substation gets his Achilles. I want to see his Achilles pop while he's running down the sidelines being an idiot.
You just want to see everybody injured.
I just don't understand how,
not everybody.
We've said this in the previous ones where it's recycling guys, but it's like at some point you just got to realize, like, what do you bring to the table? Because I'm sorry, Matt Eberflus ran the most basic bitch cover 2, Tampa 2, cover 3. He ran 90% zone. He was the most predictable motherfucker. Like, any fan, if you watch the game,
if Brandon and I are
you can
screaming,
already fucking see what the defensive play call is, and it's the same every fucking play.
If Brandon and
if
I
we can see that,
that's like
the quarterback and the offensive coordinator can fucking see that, and that's why guys like Russell fucking Wilson torched us.
And I was just like, can we disguise a coverage? I understand playing the coverage every single fucking time, but can we at least try to fake?
Well, that's the thing. There was no disguise.
No,
it was the same. That's what I mean. It was the most basic bitch cover 2. Cover 3 quarters if you really needed it. Like,
you know what it was akin to? You know what it was akin to? It was akin to a prostitute wearing the same clothes every single day and standing on the same corner every single night, and then getting the same customers and results every single day and wondering why her life is not getting better. Sweetie, it's time to drop the Fashion Nova. Cowboys, I thank God we dropped the Fashion Nova and Matt Eberflus. I'm so scarred by Mike McCarthy. Fucking, we were on Fashion Nova and fucking Temu and all that other shit. But no, it's
we'll talk about that in a little bit.
I mean, more, prostitution aside, back to the Vikings.
But dude, you talk about like recycling shit. I mean, I'm looking at the Vikings thinking, so I think a lot of teams are looking at the Seahawks like, damn, Sam Darnold, was a top 3 pick in the draft years back. And then he had a resurgence in Minnesota and then Seattle. But like, you look at it, like Minnesota had Sam Darnold, who was that top pick. And now it seems like they're just back to it again with trying to resurge a, first overall pick now in Kyler Murray.
I mean, which could work.
It could definitely work.
It could work. And I think it's like, it doesn't hurt to try, but.
Not at all. I mean, but what this tells me is it probably is close to the end for JJ McCarthy.
That's what I'm
in terms of like his time in Minnesota. I think he could go to another team and definitely compete.
Pittsburgh.
Don't do it. We don't need the will.
You should ask him what he wants. Kyler Murray.
We already got one McCarthy. We already willed one McCarthy.
Because I was saving my scoop for this time. Here we go. Latest rumors are the Vikings are entertaining a trade offer on one JJ McCarthy and trying to gauge his price across the league. Now,
Good for them to do that.
if I am Pittsburgh, I am definitely making that trade. And you're going to be like,
It depends what the cost is.
you're like, why the fuck would you do that?
Well, it depends what the cost is.
If I can get a kid who's played some NFL snaps for what would be a cost? Give gauge.
I wouldn't pay more than a fifth.
Sure.
I agree.
What did
I
Trey
think
Lance
I'd
go?
give him like a
what did
sixth.
Trey Lance go for? What did he go for? Fourth?
Fourth.
Yeah. Here.
That was
We'll make it fucking pleasant. We paid a fourth to see the 49ers playbook, and then they changed it all.
I'd
Fuck.
still draft a QB and just have him compete.
But would you
Like you
make,
go in a training camp having like 3 QBs,
But if
just young QBs going at it.
No, I
You wanna be the Cleveland
You want to
Browns?
be the Cleveland Browns, and I understand the desire to do so. But that's not, let's be realistic here. The Steelers are never going to do that. You are forever going to have an old head at the helm until the young guy can become the old guy at the helm. That's just how it operates with some teams. Trust me.
JJ's still a young guy, so
but
some team's going to give him a
It's
shot.
not the worst thing to trade that fourth and be like, hey, Aaron, go fucking fix him.
But
And
if you're the Steelers, why wouldn't you
Aaron's
sign Kyler Murray for that price?
I don't think
because
Kyler
they're
Murray,
waiting on fucking Rodgers.
but I don't think Kyler Murray,
Kyler Murray does-
I don't think he wanted to go to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And B, Aaron Rodgers has those fuckers by the gun. He has the whole city, and I don't know how you guys are just okay with this. Dallas, this shit would never slide because they
and
would,
he's saying, "Oh, I'll make my decision before the drop. I'll give you plenty of time."
no, motherfucker. Free agency
lost
was this day.
You've lost
They're
everything. Like literally, for the Pittsburgh Steelers right now, minus a trade, your options are Aaron Rodgers or Kirk Cousins. So that's it.
Well, they're going to sign
But-
Aaron Rodgers. They're going to trade for JJ. They're going to have like 4 quarterbacks watching
Yeah,
him.
so they're gonna
But
be
I
the Cleveland
honestly-
Browns.
I honestly think they probably went into free agency looking at the quarterbacks that were available and just thought Aaron Rodgers is an option for us, bringing him back. Nobody else is an option for us. So we can just go to the draft and draft a quarterback. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the
I don't-
options the entire time.
But I think that it is a little bit disrespectful to a storied franchise to keep them hostage. And I think that the thing is, this is why
I don't think he's keeping them hostage at all.
I think he is because
He is. Why wouldn't you sign
because I'm
already?
like, if you have to make a decision on whether or not you plan on playing football, you giving me a decision. Let's say he gives you a decision. What's
Well, he
today's
said
July?
before. He said
Well-
before the draft.
Well, today's the 12th. Let's say he gives you a decision by April 1st. All right. That cool? April 1st. That's 2 weeks, give or take. Little slightly more than 2 weeks. What is he going to do in the next 2 weeks? What kind of a valuation is he going to do in 2 weeks from today till April 1st? That's going to tell him whether or not A, he wants to play football again, or B, he wants to return to the Steelers. I'll tell you, it's going to be absolutely fucking nothing. He wants to make this moment about him. He wants to be the center and the bell of the ball.
Yeah, he is a drama
And
queen.
the thing is, it's that if you're a team that is like did this whole fucking thing about like you guys had a storied coach for 20 years and you hired Big Oompa Loompa and he came out there being like, I want to win for this city. I want to put the parade in front of my house and do this and that and the other, whatever. Cool beans. Everybody wants a parade. But how hard is it to be like, Aaron, I want the fucking answer 11:59 p.m. on Saturday, March 7th, 2 days before free agency. And that way you know for sure if he's coming back or not.
Well, and then you just added another weapon in Pittman. Like if I'm Aaron Rodgers and you're teetering, if I'm playing or if I'm retiring, you bring in you've already got Metcalf. They bring in another guy in Pittman for you. I mean, right there. If you want to play, okay, cool. You got me another weapon. Fucking, I'm in.
Maybe that's what he's waiting for is who signs in Pittsburgh? Who does my team go after?
Okay,
They just went
are
after
they-
fucking Pittman.
But are they bringing me in players? Then I can make my decision.
but who
Right.
needs who more? Do the Steelers need Aaron Rodgers
No,
more?
they don't.
Or does Aaron Rodgers need the Steelers more?
Aaron Rodgers needs the Steelers because if it's not the Steelers, Aaron Rodgers is
Nobody
done.
else. Yeah, he'll retire.
It's Steelers or retire. That's literally the two options for Rodgers.
Yeah.
So he's probably waiting to see who's coming in
Bullshit.
as my new teammates.
Bullshit. If Michael Pittman doesn't excite you,
Yeah, it's
what do you
Or
need?
Rico Dowdle.
But that's what he's probably
there you
waiting
go.
for, right?
You brought in a
lot
running
more.
back. You
You
brought
have
in a running
you
back,
have-
which is going to open your playbook even more.
You have a blocking
You brought in
running
Pittman.
back, yeah.
You've got your two tight ends still. You've got Metcalf. What else do you fucking want?
Yeah, I don't.
He wants to do it
It's
on his
only-
terms.
But I think it's only a problem for the Steelers organization if he doesn't give them an answer before the draft. If they
What do
go
you say?
into the draft and they have nobody, then it's like, Aaron, what the fuck, bro?
Oh, if he doesn't give you an answer by the draft, you're saying fuck you, we're done.
They
Because he
should.
said no. Because he said I will give you plenty of time, but it'll be before the draft. So April 1st actually makes a really good timeline.
Yep.
If he doesn't give you, like, you got to set your own timeline. Fuck that. Say April 1st.
agree.
It's gonna be
Decision,
April 1st.
April 1st, because if we only have 2 weeks,
Yeah, we
like
got.
we
'cause
gotta
then
we
we
gotta
gotta
change our
evaluate.
evaluate.
Yeah,
Because
we
if
gotta
you
evaluate.
sign, we're not taking Ty Simpson, and
Yeah.
or we're not trading. We've got 5 guys that we're looking for at that position.
You
We can
think-
take a QB in the later
you
round.
Exactly.
think
But
taking-
isn't it the same thing as it was a year ago when they signed him? Like they had the whole year to plan for another quarterback coming in.
Yep.
All that instead,
Yep.
they're back to square one.
Yep.
Bring him back in.
But the thing is if you don't get that answer, you don't like him at 21, you might have to trade up and get the guy. You might have a team that goes and like you don't know. What if the Houston Texans are like, I want to trade back in the first round. I don't have a pick. I'm going to trade back in there. I'm going to find my CJ Stroud thing. Or you get the Arizona Cardinals who can't.
That's
who-
the only other team that worries me. Draft taking a QB.
Well, it's like Minnesota
Arizona.
could do some wild shit.
No.
Minnesota could be like, you know what, we want Ty. Like the
Like
thing,
if Arizona trades down from 3, because
Yeah.
they're not taking Ty Simpson at
No.
3.
but they could easily trade down.
Like,
But oh yeah,
yeah.
And if Arizona was
that's what I
smart,
mean.
they didn't have so many needs. Arizona should trade
down.
I'm sure
and-
there's a lot of teams that aren't Ty Simpson.
But the thing is that if you're the Steelers and then now suddenly Ty Simpson, you really comfortable going into next year with like Garrett Nussmeier?
No,
As your
because even
option?
based off
I've been
what
saying, I still don't think Ty Simpson is a year 1 starter, and everyone behind him. So you look at Allaire, Nussmeier, Klubnik. Neither of them are day 1 starters. Some of them, I don't even think they're year 2 starters. I think those are the guys that you draft. Like say a Rams would make sense in a later round to draft them, and you sit 3 years behind
Stafford.
and then you learn and you're good.
Yeah.
And teams have gone away from that because, especially in the early picks with quarterbacks, you get thrown to the wolves and it's sink or swim. And if you don't produce, you're gone.
And it's so unfortunate because like you look at these guys and I'm like, it's just like, what makes you think that like, if it didn't work, if throwing them to the wolves didn't work for like 99% of the time for other teams, what makes you think it's going to work for yours?
Exactly. But you shatter the confidence and there's no development. Like
Yeah,
if you
like-
get thrown to the wolves and you don't, like, how do you develop if you get taken, like your confidence and everything is just shattered.
Like,
Like that's where like Aaron Rodgers sat 3 years. I'm
Well,
pretty sure it was 3 years.
Mahomes sat.
Mahomes sat.
But the thing is like, if you don't have a plan and now you're walking in the draft, your next season, Steelers fans, my co-host included, Mason Rudolph, your starting quarterback, Mike McCarthy as your head coach. That's your reality there. And then you've got Will Howard and maybe a Drew
No,
Wall.
I think I'd start Will Howard over Mason Rudolph.
I would too. Just
Like you know what you're getting out of Mason
Hey,
Rudolph.
yeah,
you
you
don't know
would.
what you're
So
getting.
many
You don't know
times.
what you're getting out of Will Howard.
I know.
You would. But remember, the guy in charge, he wants to see
Yeah,
the
that's
parade
true.
outside his house. Now
That
remember
ain't
that.
happened with Mason Rudolph.
He could, he fuck Santa Claus there. He's got a Rudolph. Have a little parade.
If Aaron Rodgers walks, which let's say he wants to walk, I guarantee you it's going to happen April 1st because he's going to hop on the Pat McAfee show and he's going to make it a whole, am I
Yeah.
lying or is this an
Yeah,
April
April
Fool's
Fools, yeah,
joke?
yeah.
Or am I actually going?
Especially if he does it in the morning.
Yeah,
First thing in the
exactly.
morning.
Am I coming back? Is it an April Fool's joke? And I guarantee you it's going to be Mike McCarthy. They're going to open up the fucking webcam and there's going to be that big Oompa Loompa and Aaron Rodgers sitting beside each other and going, we're running it back in Pittsburgh. Yeah, Yinzers. And he's going to come back. But let's just say, hey, you heard it here first if that happens. I just want to say. Now, let's just say he doesn't come back. Kirk Cousins, anybody?
That's your only option. Because otherwise, what are you're trading? Otherwise, you're trading for.
I would
Like-
I would rather have a rookie quarterback in that room than Kirk Cousins.
And you know Kirk Cousins ain't signing for no league minimum shit.
That's
you know
the problem.
You know his agent.
know.
Oh yeah, exactly. His agent's
Yeah.
gonna rob someone.
His agent's gonna rob you. You guys are gonna pay him $45
exactly.
million to play
Guaranteed.
guaranteed for 1 year. That's the type of money Kirk Cousins is gonna get from you.
But
But
here's the question: does he come back?
who?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You think so?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think he does.
I think he's coming
I
back.
think there's just like, and like I don't know, and I think he's chasing. It's kind of like we talked about with Kelsey, where it's like he's chasing that like perfect time to walk away, and he's about to become Brett Favre territory of like how you walk away from the game, where it's like you either, what was the saying? You either live along, or you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yeah.
You either die a QB1 or you live long enough to see yourself throw more interceptions and touchdowns. And I think, you know, his QB rating will probably take a hit this upcoming year. He has the weapons. That's the thing. They are going to get a new coach bump, whether or not we like Oompa Loompa or not. And having a new coach in there, they are going to see some sort of different things on the offense. I think the offense will be watchable. I think their division is winnable. However, the AFC sucks, so I can, yes, in a crazy world, he could go to the Super Bowl, Mr. Aaron Rodgers.
I don't think so.
Now, will he? I don't know. Probably not. And they better invest in some blindside help for the man. Trey Hendrickson is now, well, I guess Trey Hendrickson was always in that division. But point being is, I think he wants to come back. I think he will come back, but I don't think he's going to go off into the sunset with that magical fairy tale ending that he thought he would. It actually, the most magical fairy tale ending would have been if Pittsburgh missed the playoffs. Because the way Mike Tomlin, Hayward, and him were all like before the game, like they were all walking in like the last dance kind of vibes and the feelings, that when the field goal, whatever thing happened, when he missed the field goal, if he had made that field goal, that would have been like the perfect story time.
Well,
ending.
or if they won the playoff game in Pittsburgh against Houston.
Come on, let's not be
And then
ridiculous
lost.
here. Come on, let's not be ridiculous here. They weren't winning that game. You guys.
But that would have been like,
well, the only reason
because honestly, that could be like the thing that he's like, because Rodgers' last throw in the NFL right now is
an
a pick
interception.
6.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. So he's
But-
probably thinking like, fuck, do I really want to go out like this?
His last
Or-
throw next year might be a pick 6.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Pick
could be a lot
6.
worse. Who the fuck
It
knows?
could be a
It
terrible.
could be a
time.
butt fumble for all we know.
But I think my only rationale with saying if he had lost against the Ravens was like, hey guys, I gave it everything I had, game-winning field goal out of my hands, like they won, like power to them, and then he would have left his helmet right there on high.
I think another thing though that's holding him back too from signing is his age. Like 42 years old, he's probably thinking, do I have enough left in the tank to run a full training camp, do a whole offseason, get my mind, my body, everything right?
I don't think he even does
to
that
go
to
into his
begin
season.
with.
No, but like what?
No,
what
I think
but
every
what does he?
player does.
What's he gonna realize in the next 2 weeks? That's my thing. Is like if you don't know if you have enough in the tank by now, when did the season end? It feels like a bajillion years ago, but like season ended in January, mid-January.
Yeah.
So let's say I gave you 2 weeks to fucking feel sorry for yourself and like whatever.
Yeah.
You should know by now whether or
That's
not
true.
you have fucking something in the tank or not. Like you're like,
Yeah.
you should be able to tell like, okay, I want to do this or I don't want to do this. This is not like a half-ass. And I appreciate the Steelers for giving the man his time and whatever, and he's going to figure it out. But
That's also Aaron Rodgers.
Jerry would have never.
He's for the dramatic.
Jerry would have had media at this guy's house every single day asking him. So when you like, you can't duck. That's the thing about the Cowboys is like, you can't duck when you're playing for America's team. No ducking. Like he would have had to answer every single day. What are you holding off on? What's going on? Every day there would have been new reports. Pittsburgh, these guys have been pretty quiet. You guys have pretty much left him alone for the most part and been like, hey man, figure your shit out. But not
That
this,
could be
It's time to
McCarthy's.
make a fucking
not this
decision.
podcast, Aaron. If you're listening, make a fucking decision, Aaron. Well, don't make us bring it up again. We already got you a new coach. We'll get you something else next time. What should be on Aaron Rodgers' wish list?
They got him on
They
whatever,
got
whatever was
everything
on
you
his
wanted.
wish list.
I don't know
You
what
got
he
fucking
wants.
Pittman. You got fucking Dowdle. What else do you fucking want?
You got Big Mike.
You got Big Mike. We'll get you Jason Tucker's massage therapist. What do you need? Tell us. What
He needs one of his former Green Bay receivers.
Oh
now.
fuck!
Oh,
If they did
yes.
that,
Yes.
fucking would be
Randall Cobb.
yeah.
Welcome back. Alan Lazard. What's he doing these days? Let's bring
If
him
they
back.
did those signings, I would be like, guys, come on, stop it.
Is there any other scenario where Rodgers goes anywhere else but
No.
Pittsburgh?
No,
Absolutely not.
Like Brandon said, it's
It was, it was
Steelers
either
or
Pittsburgh or
retire.
Minnesota, and Minnesotans.
I can
Rodgers
see
is and Rodgers isn't going to be a backup, so
Yeah.
he's only going somewhere where he knows he is the number one,
and he's not
no
gonna go,
no
he
questions
won't go to
asked.
Arizona.
Do you
Because
think?
that's the only team that's like got a.
But do you
QB
think he does
question
the
right
Joe Flacco route?
No,
where he sits
no,
for the while
And then run
No.
around with a bunch of teams.
no. He's
Not a bunch of teams.
number one from day one with no competition, or he's not going anywhere, which means
But
it's
like-
the Steelers or no one.
So I'm just saying, I'm just gonna spitball here. That team in Green Bay, spitballing scenario here, Packers fans. They also deal with their fair share of injuries. Let's just say Jordan Love takes a tumble. Aiden Hutchinson plows right through him. They've lost Malik Willis this year to the Dolphins. Jordan Love, he's out. Their backup comes in. I don't even know who the backup is. Their backup comes in. Also shaky. Couple games. Oh no, the playoff hopes. Oh no, cheeseheads. What are we gonna do? Oh, by God, it's his music. They call Aaron Rodgers. He's like, you know what? I've just been sitting on my couch doing Pat McAfee bits for the last fucking
Gonna
6
pull
weeks.
a fucking Phillip Rivers.
And then he's gonna pull up his little
Running
fucking,
with an American flag
he's gonna run back
in
in
the Lambo.
that number 12 jersey. He's gonna put it back on, and he's gonna go onto Lambeau Field, and he's gonna lead the Packers to the playoffs, and they will lose to the hands of somebody. But my
And
point
then
being,
Brett Favre runs in and then
It's
RKO's
him, and then
Brett Favre.
and Brett Favre just sticks the American flag in his nostril.
Yeah.
And then RFK Jr. is jumping around somewhere in this fantasy of ours. Telling
Fantasy
everybody,
of yours.
yes, sorry, fantasy of mine, telling everybody they're
Any
fat.
Piss dreams.
Yeah. But my thought process there is like, I'm like, okay, maybe he doesn't come back to Pittsburgh, and maybe he's like,
That would be fun to see him being a Packers.
but I think the thing is that anytime a quarterback, if were to get injured next year, if he doesn't come back to Pittsburgh, that's what people are going to spin with. Oh my God, is Aaron Rodgers going to come play for the New York Giants? Oh my God, is Aaron Rodgers going to come play for the Seattle Seahawks? Like, I think that anytime a quarterback goes down, if he doesn't sign with Pittsburgh, I don't think he's going to officially, quote, retire. None of these guys retire. Look at Phillip Rivers. Man came out of coaching high school football and waltzed out there for the coach. That is still some of the craziest, like, Shane Steichen needs to be, Chris Ballard and Shane Steichen need to be investigated by the FBI for sports gambling. Because was there a better out there that had money that Phillip Rivers would play a snap in that season? Because they gotta find that guy.
I don't know, man. The Colts don't know what they're doing.
You're telling me you could not find a single current quarterback from college, the CFL, XFL, triple XFL, the porn league, a cosplay guy, somebody that has touched a football, played at some sort of level that had more athleticism.
Fucking Zamboni driver.
Anybody.
It's the Colts,
Anybody.
man. It's the Colts, man. Look what they did with
They
Jones.
they were
Oh, we'll get into that next.
They were literally in a playoff spot, and they flipped. We called it. We said they're going to lose out of this playoff
we
spot.
said they're gonna lose a bunch of games, go on a streak of losing,
And look at
get
them,
out.
just absolutely downright terrible. But all right, fellas, should we go Cowboys corner? Little yeehaw. I'm gonna get some sound effects for Cowboys corner. But Cowboys corner, since we last talked, Osa Odigizua traded to the San Francisco 49ers. He gets to join, like we talked about, Matt Eberflus in San Francisco. Take care of yourself, Osa. It was a good ride. You are probably on the injured list by mid-season, so make sure your Achilles is okay. Sam Howell's in, 1-year backup. PJ Locke, $5 million safety. Sam Williams re-signed. They got Otito Ogbonnia, the nose tackle from the Chargers. I really like him. I think he's going to be good. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does in Christian Parker's system. Osa was basically, as soon as they announced that they were going to be playing a 3-4, Osa's time was pretty much over. He kind of knew that as well. Solomon Thomas also traded to the Titans for a 7th round pick swap. Nothing crazy there. George Pickens. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. We wait for George.
That's another thing that's got to get taken care of before the draft.
Let's just sign
April
him.
1st.
Just sign him.
April 1st.
I don't want to just
Sign him or trade him. It's got to get done before the draft.
I wanna see
Because if
another
you're
long
not going to
loss.
sign him, get that extra first. Like get those extra or get the extra draft picks. If you're not getting a first, you're getting a second.
Yeah, because
third.
right now he's on a high.
yeah.
The way he finished last year.
So it's like right now he can fetch you a first and a second, maybe a first, second, and third, or first, second, and fourth. Something.
Like
Get some
what?
assets.
What do you think? Mid, first,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like you're not getting a top 10.
Like I would get
yeah.
like if I'm I'd call the Ravens
I would take
right
any.
now.
No, I would take any first.
I
I would
would-
take anyone's first.
Yeah.
But then because you're getting more. Like say if it's a late first, then you're adding a third,
The
a second,
Ravens still have
third.
their picks.
Yeah.
They need a
Like,
receiver.
The Ravens, I'd call the Ravens and be like, "Hey, what's cooking? Good looking. You want give us the 14th, the second, and a third."
And they'd
And
be
then-
like, sure. And then, no, we changed our mind.
And then I'd call Buffalo. I'd be like, "Hey, do you guys want a receiver? Heard your fucking times are tough. Here's George Pickens. Enjoy." And George, enjoy Buffalo. And let them deal with it. And then you get a first, a late first, and maybe a second, or maybe 2/3 or something, whatever the fuck it is. But at least you'll flip them into an asset. I'm not interested in the whole lockout thing where they sit out and do their whole thing. Not a big fan of that. Speaking of getting picks, would you take a second round pick for a kicker?
Yes.
He is quite literally the greatest kicker that I've ever seen in my life. So I
It
don't.
really depends on because
So would you pay him? Here's what we're talking about. For reference, Brandon Aubrey's been tagged for a second round tender. They've offered him something along the lines of $8.5 million, I believe. He has refuted that claim. His camp has. They think that he should be worth more. Okay, cool. If a team comes around and let's say they offer him $9.5 million, the Cowboys will either have the opportunity to match that, or they can say, "That's nice. Enjoy." Where should we send Brandon Aubrey in this fantasy of mine? Enjoy Miami. Here you go, and then you take Miami second round pick. As a result, or any team second round pick as a result of that. Now, I just don't know. The second round pick is very enticing. And I know having a kicker is important, but we quite literally found this guy playing soccer 3 years ago.
Yeah. You could just get another.
Well, why can't we just go and do it again? Like, come on, guys. Like, I think we can do it again.
the shitty thing is you look at the free agent kickers. I don't trust any of them.
No, we're going to have to draft a kicker.
And
from,
I don't trust a rookie kicker.
We're gonna be going for it on like 4th and fucking 13. It's gonna be just,
Well, that's the thing when you had Brandon Aubrey, and that affects your play calls. Because you know that if you're already in scoring position, maybe you do try a run play. And if that fails, fuck it. Send Brandon Aubrey out there. He's almost automatic.
yeah.
But it's
So then
hard to
maybe
say,
you
but
sign
I like if we've offered him 8.5, I'm not going higher than that.
Yeah, and I think, listen, people are losing their minds on the internet right now because Jerry came out like he does every year and said, we're going to blow the budget. We're going to win now mode. Yeah, they're in win now mode, but they're also, I don't think they're recklessly going to do stuff. Like, I don't think people are really hard on the Cowboys for not getting Maxx Crosby. But I'm like, if the price was 2 firsts, I'm kind of glad they didn't get Maxx Crosby because have you seen their fucking defense? There's holes everywhere. It looks like
You need more than one
SpongeBob.
guy.
Yeah, like there's holes all over the place. So I'm like, it looks like a sponge. Like, come on, guys. And like, should they maybe up their offer now, or maybe I don't know, maybe. But like once again, to quote me previously, I'd start with a 5th, and I wouldn't go into the first territory at all. Like I'd be like, no, that conversation's over for Maxx Crosby.
Well, I mean, as soon as you say 5th, they're hanging up on you. They're
Yeah.
never calling you again. So yeah, that conversation's over.
Yeah, but at the same time, like a lot of people are confused. Well, let me give some little bit of education on Rashawn Gary. Okay, people keep screaming on the internet, why would you trade for a 4th round pick for a guy that was going to be cut? Okay, let me tell you why. So the reason why Rashawn Gary was going to get cut was because the guaranteed money that was owed to him was no longer there, and the cap hit that he was currently signed on was a little bit higher than Green Bay would have liked to do. So they basically were like, we're going to cut you and you go sign with whatever team you want. Now, the market that was set for his position would have gotten him a nice little modest pay raise by trading the 4th round pick. The Cowboys, what they were able to do was they were able to bring him on his current contract, extend him, and lower his cap hit by almost 50%. That is why they traded a 4th, so they could lower his cap hit while having the same player, and then also not having to pay his hefty free agent price in free agency. That is why they did that. Now, next time on Gurpreet's Contract Corner, Maybe we'll talk about something else. Maybe we'll bring on another contract. But for now, that is the Cowboys corner. I don't have much else for the Cowboys at this time.
One of the things too,
We got something.
one of the things too with the Cowboys fans. I mean, I've been on Reddit the last few days. Cowboys fans, man, a majority of you need to just fucking chill. Just chill. And I'm gonna give my reasons for in a second here. There's also a percentage of you that just need to shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Like the amount, and this is why Cowboys fans always get this. Like, there's always those people that just, you clearly don't know ball. Just shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. You sound like a fucking idiot. Just shut up. Now, even if we did nothing this offseason, like say even before free agency, we had the worst defense in the league last year because, again, basic bitch, cover two. You're getting picked apart left, right, and center.
You trade your best defensive player a week
I mean, that
before the
hurt
season
because
starts.
when you do play zone, you have to get pressure on the quarterback because eventually zones break down. We've gone over this. But when you're playing 90% zone, the exact same play call, we gave him shit, of course, but Trayvon Diggs is a man coverage. He's not a zone coverage, and it fucking showed. Now he's gone, but you bring in Christian Parker. Christian Parker's changing it up. We're going from a 4-3 to a base 3-4, but he said we're going to run multiple packages. So you're going to be a 3-4, you're going to run 4-3, and you're going to run the
they're going to run the nickel.
the nickel package. Yeah. There's your disguises. There's your
Well, it's you're also covering up any blitzes that you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Like you're coming in with different. Your outside, your edges can play as outside linebackers, vice versa.
Exactly. So you're going to be switching up coverages. You're going to keep the guys guessing a little bit more than what you were. Right there is a win. Now we bring in the guys like we just brought in the two safeties, and you got to remember Rebel Jr. is going to be healthy. Knock on wood. Overshown's going to be healthy. There's a corner. There's your outside linebacker. You need a guy on the inside, which you're going to hopefully draft.
They're also Darren Bland is not going to be as terrible as he was
because he's a man. He's a man coverage.
So
you
have to
Christian Parker is going to use your players' strengths, whereas Matt Eberflus, you had to play in his system, and his system sucked. And as a player, so this is my analogy as a player, and it's because I just watched this movie and I fucking thought about it. You guys remember Resident Evil Apocalypse? It's the one where they're in Vegas.
Yes, but tell me anyways.
All right, so Matt Eberflus's defense is basically like when I can't remember his fucking name now, but the doctor's trying to domesticate the zombies, and they give him that little fucking toddler toy with the shapes. You know, you've got your fucking circle, your square, your triangle, and your star, and you put them through the fucking hole, and you see the domesticated zombie. He gets the circle, gets the square, gets the triangle. He goes for the star. Can't put the fucking star in the fucking package. Loses his shit and goes on a fucking killing spree. That's what it was like playing defense under Matt Eberflus. You just fucking lost your shit because you're not playing to your strengths. You're playing to his fucking system. And he wasn't making adjustments. And that's what I mean. You look at every fucking quarterback that torched us. And they didn't just torch us. Russell Wilson set a fucking career fucking high. And his career's over. Like, so just chill, because Christian Parker alone, if he had that same defense, we can't be any fucking worse.
No, it's a lot.
If we were if we were 25th ranked fucking defense, we make the playoffs because we don't lose to fucking Arizona, and we probably don't lose to Carolina.
Yeah, we're in there, and like the thing is all fans on the internet, the sky is always falling at all times. The thing about Cowboys fans that makes it so much more unique, and you know, our co-hosts hate it, but we live it every day, is the sky is falling, but it's just more magnified. The sky is falling at 100 times more of a rate because everybody is talking about it. And I'm sure it's nauseating to hear about the Cowboys, even on this podcast. If you're listening to this and you're like, what the fuck are they talking about the Cowboys for?
It's always about the Cowboys.
Always.
You know the
it's
episode?
fucking Broadway, 24/7, 365.
I tried. I made an episode prep sheet one week. We didn't talk about the Cowboys. Guess what I got? 86 messages. Where's the Cowboys discourse? Why are we talking about the Cowboys? Like, it's like we can't not talk about them. And I think that when you cheer for them, it's like the sky is falling and the sky is falling all the fucking time. And this is the same sky that was falling when they drafted Micah Parsons. So what the fuck? Why would you draft a guy? He didn't even play. He didn't even play that COVID year. Why would you draft him? He's not fit for the scheme. He's undersized, blah, blah, blah. And then he went out and did his thing. So all I'm going to say, Cowboys fans, and Brandon just very nicely alluded to it, is breathe, patience, breathe, and you just be prepared at the draft for multiple trade downs, because I'm fairly certain that's where we're going with this thing, and they can end up trading down multiple times,
especially if you get another first round for Pickens.
If they can if you can get multiple first rounders in there, and like you can get that going, and you can trade down and build up your day two, I think that's the way to go when it comes to this draft, because you got tons of holes, and like, let's get drafted.
We're talking about getting rid of 12 and 20,
Yeah.
12 or
No,
both?
I would trade down both.
I'd trade down both.
Really?
Yeah, I would
If
go
I get extra picks,
like
we're going through the mock in a
Yeah.
bit. The guys that are projected to go in the second round, the value in the second round is almost like another first round. Like the guys that are going to go in the second round are
you can give them first round grades, and it's also like you got to stock up the cupboard now if you're the Cowboys. Like they're not one piece away. That's the thing. If they were if they were one edge rusher away, or there's one piece that was missing, like the Chiefs very well may be one piece away. Right? So I was like, okay, if you're the Chiefs, you take the best player available and you move on. Cowboys need like 6 or 7 players that can play and make plays. They don't need like a stud. I mean, lovely to get a stud. I would love that. They need like 6 to 7 guys that are not going to hurt you, but they're going to make positive net plays on defense. We're not even talking about offense yet. Like if they trade Pickens, they need to go get a wide receiver. Right? Yeah. So it's like, you got to kind of look at it that way, where I'm like, if you can trade down from 12 to like, let's say you trade down from 12 to 19, for example, or 18, you add a second. Or if you trade down from 20 to 29, let's say Buffalo wants to come in and take the wide receiver. You make that trade with Buffalo with like the 12th overall pick for like wherever they're drafting, 26, 25, wherever they are, and you can get a second, a third. Sure.
Yeah. I'm even thinking you get rid of 20, you get an early second round pick and a third. You use that early second round pick for a guy like Anthony Hill Jr.
Yeah. Anthony
really
Hill
helps
Jr.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
And then you got 2 thirds now because you got the 49ers.
Instead of taking a cornerback with the 12th pick, would you take a Jacob Rodriguez and a second and a third? Maybe a second.
Jacob Rodriguez, yeah, he's pretty good.
So if you can trade down from 12.
I still think they keep the 12, though.
I don't know. I guess
it depends. It
It's
depends
the
what's
20,
available.
The 20,
Yeah.
I feel like they could move.
Yeah. So for 12, I mean, the hope is Sonny Styles, but he's going to be gone now. So maybe you pick one of the edges that's fallen. But I would trade down from 12, get an extra pick down to maybe, between 15 and 19. And at 15 and 19, you can take either, I've seen some mocks where a couple edges have fallen down there. Mm-hmm. You can take that, or my hope is Avion Terrell. Now, if you trade down once, well, with that 20th, you might as well trade down again and get another pick. And then if you get a later, you can draft whoever you want, because once you add those add the extra picks, and once it gets past like the top 20, inside the top 20, you always see guys reaching. Outside the top 20, you take the guys you want. It's not as much of a reach.
Yeah.
And then you can take whoever's available in the late 20s, or you can go for a guy early if you think a guy like Anthony Hill Jr. is not going to be there in the second, or Jacob Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Mesidor.
Mesidor is a funny one because I've seen him. Mocks.
I've seen him anywhere between 20 and a third.
Yeah,
and a third.
That's the thing.
So there's going to be value available in that second round, and then if you get an extra pick, wide receiver, if you're looking at a second round, maybe if you get an early second round, Indiana, Omar.
They're interviewing him.
Omar, what's his last? Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to say Omar Hampton, but that's the fucking running back for
Omar Cooper. Yeah,
but it's Omar Cooper. You bring in a guy like that if you get the extra picks, and then if you get that third first round for Pickens, trade that down again. If you can get all that capital and spend, you get your one wide receiver, and then there's the rest on defense, because we don't really need anything else on offense We just need another receiver if we don't keep Pickens. But if you get a guy like Omar Cooper, there you go.
I hope Cowboys management is listening to this podcast.
Like they've got.
I think they
make that happen.
I think they will be going on the similar route, just because I feel like they're not. I think we give Jerry Jones a little bit too much flack sometimes. I do love Jerry. He's a bit crazy, but I do love him. Where it's like we feel a certain way when we watch the Cowboys. We feel it because we invest time, maybe a few $100s each year in jerseys, maybe a few $1,000s each year in season tickets. We feel that way. Like we feel it. How do you think how do you think Jerry feels? Like, how do you think he actually feels? Because like there's going to be people that are going to be like, well, he's making so much money. They're the most valuable franchise in the world. He doesn't give a fuck. Can you imagine what they would be if they went to the Super Bowl? Can you imagine what the value of the Dallas Cowboys could be if they won a Super Bowl in the social media? Yes, I know flat screen TVs didn't exist when thank you for telling the same joke every fucking single time. Yes, the last time the Cowboys won was 1996. It's 30 years this year. It is the year of my birth. I get it. I understand. Thank you for reminding me. But if they win in today's digital era, sports betting era, in today's social media era, can you imagine what this team would be?
Dude, the merch sales alone.
The merch sales alone could float the Jacksonville Jaguars for like 10 years. So it's like people could be like, oh, well, Jerry doesn't give a fuck about the common man. Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck about the common man, but I think he gives a fuck about the billions of dollars that he's losing out on because fucking Micah Parsons is getting ran over by backup running backs because nobody's able to play a scheme. I think he's not a fucking idiot. I think the moment he saw Matt Eberflus out there, he's like, what the fuck is going on? He can't come out and be like, what the fuck is going on? Because he makes himself look like an idiot, but he sees it. And I think people often are like, oh, Jerry. Yes, we get it. Jerry has his faults. He has his problems. But I assure you, Jerry Jones he wants to win the fucking game. They're not making more money by losing. Speaking of losing, fellas, the Raiders. Little segue. The Raiders had some draft capital. They were all set to take Jordan Tyson with the 14th overall pick this year in the draft.
He wasn't gonna be there.
They were all set. Raiders fans, they're all over the place. Mendoza and Tyson together. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. The Ravens said fuck no. They said Maxx Crosby is unable to pass his physicals, so we're gonna take our pick back. Thank you very much. Now, should this terrify Raiders fans that Maxx Crosby actually may not be healthy and they may not be able to get out of this contract the way they thought they were going to do, and not even get out of the contract, may not even get anything of return back like they thought they were going to?
Yes and no. I mean, if you're going into the rebuild, it would have been nice to have those extra picks, especially like you said, if you have Mendoza and all of a sudden now you have the 14th pick, you can get another young guy for him. But no, because look, Raiders fans love Maxx Crosby, and Maxx Crosby is a Raider. And that's why he came back and said, fuck it, I'm here, I'm a Raider. I think he gets it. I don't think he really actually wanted to leave. It's just
I don't think he did either. I think a lot of outside noise forced him to be like, hey, you should leave. You should go win. You should go play meaningful football and blah, blah, blah. But I don't think, why would you want to leave, Brandon? You're living in Vegas. You're the star of the Las Vegas.
Internal drama, maybe something just upset him with the team.
Well,
but it's also time, when you say you want out, and it's like you also, because you can say that the Ravens got cold feet. What if he also, because once you're gone and you realize oh fuck, I'm actually not a Raider anymore. I know he said I'm all in on the Ravens. But at the same time, if you're a Raider and all of a sudden it's like, I want out, I think I want out. You get traded, you're like, okay, cool. And then you actually go and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not a Raider anymore.
Hey, Philly.
And now he's back. He's like, you know what? Fuck it. For that moment, I was out. I'm back. I'm home. I'm happy. Let's fucking go.
Hey, Philly already hates me, but if Matthew wants to describe what going from Las Vegas to the city of Baltimore might be like, I'll let Matthew talk about the beautiful scenery of Baltimore and how that might sway a man to be like, actually, never mind.
Yeah, exactly. Disgusting. I
Just,
mean, did you see that picture, that skyline that Crosby took?
oh yeah, it's just glorious.
So
stuff.
beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
what was there? Nothing. It was crap. But I think part of it is too, like, when they shut him down at the end of the season and they basically didn't pay him whatever bonuses he was going to get from playing a certain amount of games, that probably ticked him off. Like, if anything, the whole thing about him getting mad is probably at Mark Davis, the owner, and being like, what the fuck? What? I mean, also management and coaching, but that really set him off. Like,
No, the Raiders are stupid. The Raiders
you
are
guys-
fucking idiots. Why'd you? You're talking about
That's
the
what
last
pissed him
game.
off.
They should have never fucking played the guy.
They should have sat
Yeah,
him
they should have sat
earlier.
him.
Like
Yeah.
the fact they waited,
It just
I
got
think it was
worse.
a piss off because if they sat him early, I don't think he makes as big. Be like, look, we're gonna be last place. You're clearly hurt. We need you ready for next year. They never should, because the injury could have got even worse, and that's why I think they said finally, or maybe it did get worse, and finally like, we can't play you, dude.
which really surprised me that he's like, I'm a Raider. I'm coming back. This is
Yeah, well, I
Right?
don't know.
Like,
I
I'm
think
just
he's
shocked
trying
about
to.
it.
I think maybe he's trying to save. He's better guy than some players. Some players would have been
Yeah.
like, "Fuck this shit." Like, I'm not coming back. Now the Raiders are paying Crosby this massive deal, and let's just say, for the sake of this question, that he stays. What does their 2026 look like? Like, what's that next season look like for the Raiders with a health? Well, I don't know about healthy, but let's just say he recovers and he plays. He misses like a month or so.
I think with all the additions that they added this offseason on defense, I mean, we're probably not going to get like a full season out of Maxx Crosby. He might, not play every snap kind of guy. He's not going to be asked to do a bunch of things, but he's been there before. He's been with the Raiders. He's going to be like a culture setting kind of guy on defense. And that's what they're going to want out of him. And, it's good that they bring in these pieces and it just kind of helps them. It just,
Well,
'cause
they
really
made
besides-
moves to be competitive again.
they did, yeah. But it's
Yeah.
also like they probably realized, okay, before it was like they didn't think they were going to keep Crosby. They were going to trade him. But now at this point, it's like, okay, you know what? You're coming off an injury. We're going to add pieces on defense. Our offense is getting better. Because now it's like you're getting Mendoza. You got Linderbaum, Bowers, Genty. Hey, the offense is going to stay on the field a little bit more. Take some, pressure off the defense. Take it off Crosby. And now we got Dean. We got Walker. It's probably going to be I think they're going to be pretty fun to watch.
They'll be
this
better
year.
than what they were
They're
this year.
better. They're going to be watchable,
Yeah,
right?
and they
What
start.
do you guys think?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, and we'll segue into the mock draft here, but I think the biggest thing is they're gonna have the blue chip to play with here, and it's gonna be Mr. Fernando Mendoza, and I think that's gonna be a big driver into like getting people in seats, getting people to watch their games, getting people to care. You saw that the Caleb effect in Chicago. I think you saw that with a lot of the top guys that are drafted high overall. Let's go into this mock draft, guys. I know we're ripping through this.
I'm looking at their opponents,
No,
The Raiders,
the Raiders. Jesus Christ.
tough schedule.
For finishing in last place, their schedule is brutal. Because you got to play. Okay, so Cardinals, you can win.
that's
You're at Denver, you lost.
Tough.
At Kansas City, home versus Denver, and
I
Yeah,
think
the
those-
home in
division-
Kansas City because
division.
you're in the division,
The
right?
divisional games
So
are tough.
division.
Let's just
then your
give
Chargers,
those-
Bills, Dolphins. Okay, there's a win, hopefully. Then you got the Rams, the Seahawks, the Chargers
that's
again,
tough.
New England, the Jets. Okay, there's maybe a win. 49ers, Cleveland, maybe. Tennessee, maybe.
Got the
and
Patriots
then
in
the
there.
Saints. Like that's a tough schedule for a last place finish. So I mean, I
But
think
they've done
like
pretty
5
well in
wins.
their
That if you
division,
can get
though.
like 5 wins out of next season, I think that's a win.
They play pretty competitively.
They play
within
competitive
their
in the division, but
yeah,
realistically, like you're not aiming. I don't think you can aim to be a playoff team in the first year. Like
No,
Like,
not in that division.
no, That's what I mean. The top division, and then the outside. Damn, like
Baby steps, Brandon. Let's let them get to 5 wins first.
that's what I mean. I think 5 wins.
5 wins is a success.
5 wins is the aim. 6 wins is a success.
There you go. There's the bar. 6 wins.
Wow, that's fucking brutal schedule for a last place finish.
Yeah, no. Mock draft, fellas. All right, I'm going to go through it, and then I got some questions for you guys. Feel free to react along the way. Number 1, any guesses?
Yeah, pretty obvious.
That one is pretty, Fernando Mendoza goes to the Raiders. The Jets take Arvell Reese.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Cardinals take Francis Magoa, offensive tackle. That checks out.
If they don't trade down, they've got to take that pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tennessee takes David Bailey, edge from Texas Tech. I mean, there's been a lot of
yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes and no. I still think that's where Jeremiah Love goes. That's hard to say no to that.
But their coach is a defensive
I know.
guy,
That's the thing.
the coach might be like, "Hey, give me a defensive weapon to pair with
But
Simmons."
as a defensive coach, you can coach up players. If you go all of a sudden have Jeremiah Love that you don't have to coach up, and I mean, like I said, you can coach
Jeremiah
up.
Love and
Like,
Cam Ward is a pretty nice time. That would be a beautiful time for people. I think there's a law. You got to think. I think you got a point there. You got to think long and hard about this pick. Where it's like a few weeks ago, this was like, nope, Jeremiah Love is gonna slide all the way down, and now look at him. New York Giants taking Carnell Tate.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty
That
expected.
checks out.
Yep.
Cleveland Browns take Spencer Fano.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Washington.
They're really the wild card, though.
You have no idea.
I see that.
They're the wild
I
card.
see them
Like
taking
that's
Jordan Tyson.
no.
No, that's
No?
too high. They got to protect
Too high?
Shadir. I like that pick for them.
But they are the wild card. They could take a
They might even take Ty Simpson.
numerous amount of.
Oh,
not
could
there,
you
not at
imagine?
that.
Number 6 overall, Ty Simpson. I want to be sitting beside standing beside some Browns fans.
Oh, we got to.
We got to
We got
scout
to.
some of them and be like, oh,
Well, we should all be there surrounded by Browns fans.
live instant
So
reaction.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take.
You know it's in Pittsburgh, right? You know how many Browns fans are going to be there?
Yeah,
They're not
I'm
gonna
gonna-
be there at all.
I'm gonna make a spoof screenshot from Adam Schefter. This is Browns select Ty Simpson with the number 6 overall pick, and just show it to any Browns fan I can find right before they pick and see their reaction. We'll maybe make some golden content. Maybe give some they'll probably have a heart attack.
They'll probably cheer.
Probably knowing them. Number 7, Washington Commanders. Fuck off. I don't want this guy in my division. Jeremiah Love.
Yeah. That's
no,
probably.
I think that's.
I mean,
Sonny
if he doesn't go to
Styles.
Tennessee, he'd probably go to Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I mean, if Tennessee goes for
So then
David
Bailey's
Bailey?
still
Yeah.
If he goes for David Bailey, then I think Washington goes for Jeremiah Love. But if Jeremiah Love goes to Tennessee, I think Washington takes Sonny Styles
over
Which is
David
also,
Bailey.
like-
over David Bailey.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Sonny Styles would be a good pick.
Number 8, New Orleans Saints select Ruben Bain Jr.
I still think they're taking Jordan Tyson there.
He's so bendy. I was watching some film on Ruben Bain.
Yeah.
He's so
Saw the
quick.
clip.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's very
is
quick.
so quick off the bounce.
I think the whole arm length thing is just.
He's
People
just-
don't need to care about that.
he's
That much.
You
just-
got to find a negative.
yeah.
Like you
I
have
know,
to.
but-
Like no one can be 100 out of 100 prospect.
but I think
you got to find something negative to talk about.
he just moves so fast that it almost it doesn't matter because I think he's going to be in the quarterback's
Yeah.
face before a lot of people can stop him.
Yeah.
Chiefs take Sonny Styles. Of course.
That would.
Like
Well,
if Washington doesn't take him and then New Orleans doesn't take him, yeah, Sonny Styles goes to Kansas City.
Cincinnati
insane.
Bengals take Caleb Downs.
I fucking hate that.
That's a good pick.
But it's a great
It's a
pick.
great pick for the
It's a
Bengals.
great pick.
Number 11, Miami Dolphins take their boy Mansour Delaney from LSU.
Yep, I like.
They're-
I think
I
that.
mean,
I mean, they lost Minka.
Miami needs
So,
everything. So honestly, they can take anybody
Yeah,
here.
best available.
Yeah. Cowboys take, Jermod McCoy.
Not happening.
I don't want
That's
this.
not-
This
no.
is not.
It's
no,
not happening.
No, I don't want it. I don't want another project. Los Angeles Rams take Jordan Tyson.
Okay, but before we go to that, for the Cowboys, because we're not taking. I don't even know why you would mock
Give me
that.
some
when you-
other names.
But
that
that's where one of the edges that slides. If Sonny Styles or whatever goes
Keldrick
higher.
Falk.
Keldrick Falk's
Could be,
available.
yeah.
But that's what I mean. If at 12, Now I'm thinking about trading down.
Yeah, I'm getting out of there. I'm like you.
That's a scary spot.
Which team needs a wide receiver? Who wants Jordan Tyson?
Or who wants Jermon McCoy that can wait the year?
So if Pickens is traded, do you take Jordan Tyson there, knowing you have another first round pick later?
No, I'm not taking a wide receiver. Even if you have 3 first, I'm not taking a wide receiver in the first round. I'm not doing it. The offense is not the fucking problem.
I don't know. That's
offense is not the fucking problem.
That's tough. That's tough because
offense.
I'm thinking about the offense from last year, but I'm like, if George Pickens is gone, I would love to have a little Jordan Tyson.
Well, it depends who's available at that time.
Well,
If
if we
they're all
look
gone,
No, I'm not
and he's
taking a wide
available.
receiver in the first round. Absolutely not. I'm not doing it.
See, I didn't think when you go through the mock draft, you guys might be fucked with that 12.
Yeah, it's not a fun spot.
It's not a fun spot.
It could become a really fun spot,
Yeah,
or it could
yeah.
become like a spot where like Jerry's fucking slamming his phone because nobody wants to
reaching.
trade up.
And what do you have? 8 minutes on the draft clock,
Yeah, you've got 8 minutes to get this thing
rather
moving.
than 10.
Well, they'll probably figure out once, like if there's like if
Once-
Cleveland picks like some random fucking player, or Arizona maybe goes off the board a little bit, then you'll kind of see, okay, this is the guy that we're likely gonna get.
If Washington does not take Jeremiah Love at 7,
Then everything gets bumped,
everything
and then you're
gets
like, okay, we
fucking,
could get Caleb Downs.
well, no,
Jeremiah Love
'cause-
has to go top 5.
no, but that's the
He
thing. Everybody's saying he's got to go at a certain spot. Everybody's got mixed opinions. Some say top 10, some say top 5. I'm just saying, if a team goes out there like Washington and they try to galaxy brain this shit and they go off the board and they pick somebody, right? Like, let's say they really liked Keldrick Falk and they pick him. That really screws it up because is New Orleans going to take him? No. They just paid a bunch of money to Travis Etienne. Is Kansas City going to take Jeremiah Love? No. Kenneth Walker. Is Cincinnati going to take Jeremiah Love? Oh man, that offense with Jeremiah Love, but they already have a tandem. They've got their running backs. Miami, they've got They also don't need a fucking running back. They need somebody else. Now you're the Cowboys. You're looking around like
You have Javonte. You're not taking.
you've got Javonte. You're not taking him. But is there a team
But
out
now,
there
is there a team that wants to
that
trade
wants
for
to
him?
trade
Yeah.
for Jeremiah Love? And that could help you. Like you could go and like you could look at like I don't know, like you could go and look at the Vikings. You can go look, the Panthers. Do the Panthers want to trade up from 19 to go take Jeremiah Love? Like I know they got Chuba Hubbard, but they also had a tandem last year and it worked out pretty well for him. So let's keep going through this. Rams take Jordan Tyson.
I don't think so. I think they're taking Mekhi Lemon.
Baltimore takes Keldrick Falk.
I could see that.
Yeah, you could definitely see that.
That could have been the Raiders. That's poor guys. Buccaneers take Kenyon Sadiq.
I think that's too early.
That is early.
Yeah, it is very early.
But I mean, they
They
don't.
also have Kate Auden. No,
They just signed him.
He
yeah.
just
Yeah.
re-signed. Yeah. New York with their Indianapolis.
And they also
pick.
need a wide receiver more now that
Yeah.
Mike Evans is gone.
Yeah, that
They
is
probably
something-
go wide receiver then, if anything.
That could be a fun little team
I
to
don't
watch
know. Mekhi
for,
Lemon stock's going down now.
for fantasy.
I think he purposely fucking ruined his stock. I think he doesn't want to go to certain teams, so he just purposely. There's no way. There's no way.
Well, he's available. I'm sure the Rams are taking.
But I think the Rams are taking. I think that's why he did.
so. If they take him, Jordan Tyson to the Buccaneers would be fun.
Yeah, it
you-
would be fun. Yeah.
Because we're for the folks that are new here, we also talk about fantasy football. Just you give us some time. You give us some time. But fantasy football, you could get like that offense.
I mean, Baker Mayfield would be.
Baker Mayfield's stock has suddenly gone up.
Egbuka,
Tyson, Godwin. You got like a nice little three-headed monster in Tampa Bay. New York with the Indianapolis pick takes Olave Ione, the offensive guard from Penn State. Good on you, New York. You need all the help you can get. Detroit takes Monroe Freeling. I think that's probably who they're going to take because they need some offensive line help.
Yep.
And I think that's the right
Yeah.
guy there. Goff took way too many sacks near the
Yeah.
end of the season. Minnesota takes Dylan Thienem, the safety from Oregon. Carolina Panthers take Peter Woods, defensive tackle from Clemson. Cowboys take TJ Parker, edge from Clemson. Interesting. Interesting.
Avian Terrell's still available.
See
at that time.
the thing with
But he wasn't-
the thing with both picks. So Jermon McCoy is no because of his injury, and you're not sure if he's ready. You can't take another like Cowboys are. We say it every year, but like the next couple of years has to be the year because Dak's getting older. Like this is really
The window is now.
The window is now, and they really need to get that defense going. But like Jamon McCoy, you don't know if he's going to hurt your, like he's off the board for Cowboys. He's not even on the fucking board.
Alert.
And then like TJ Parker, before this last season was projected to be a top 3, top 5 pick.
Top 3.
And then Clemson had the season that Clemson had. But you don't know now. That's an unknown. We cannot draft an unknown. We need guys that can fit in right now in win now mode. Not projects, not guys that have question marks. It's guys that are ready right now. I don't like either of these 2 picks in the mock draft, and that's why I think you make multiple trades and trade down. I think the value is in the 2nd and 3rd round.
Yeah, no, I agree. 21, Pittsburgh Steelers, Ty Simpson. There he goes. Here's your quarterback.
I think you have to. I think you have to.
I was saying earlier on, I didn't like the pick, but since free agency and since adding Michael Pittman Jr., now it's like, okay, getting a receiver is not, we have to go get him at 21. Now I think it's, you know what? We got to think for the future. We've added a bunch of pieces on defense. In the secondary, we got our running backs now in Dowd and Warren, Pittman. We just got to focus on QB.
Well,
I think
he sits the year. Like obviously he might get a little bit if you're blowing a guy out or an injury, but you get to sit the year. And this is the thing, like because the NFL is the only league of sports that doesn't have developmental. Like you look at the NBA has a G League, MLB has AAA, AA, high A, low A, NHL has AHL, ECHL, and then obviously the KHL and the Swedish Elite League. Their prospects still playing. NFL has nothing, and I keep saying this. There's nothing wrong with a quarterback sitting. It's a completely different, like the game of like football, college football and the NFL are almost completely different fucking sports. Like,
and you got to learn the playbook.
That's what I mean. So if you sit that year and you sit behind a guy like Aaron Rodgers, and I don't think there's drama because Aaron Rodgers knows this is the last year. He knows he's not being replaced. He knows it's the end of the road.
Yeah.
So he'd be more willing to take a guy under his wing and be like, look, this is what it takes to be a pro. This is what it's like to do everything because you're the guy next year because I'm gone.
Yeah.
You're not pushing a guy out because you know this is his last year.
Right.
So you sit the year and I think it works. And I think, like you said, with the free agency, with what's available at 21, I think that's the right pick.
Yeah, I agree. I think one other thing, so getting Pittman in free agency means you're probably not going to go for receiver at 21. The other thing is Arizona, who might go QB as well, has an early 2nd round pick. I think they're picking like probably the 2nd or 3rd pick in the 2nd round. So that's like, you might be worried that they're going to pick Simpson there. So let's go get him at 21. Honestly, I don't mind it at this point.
Well, that's the thing too. If you don't take him at 21, now it's a trade up candidate. Now it's a team that has 2nd or like a late 1st and a 2nd. Now it's a trade up candidate to take Ty Simpson. So if he gets past Pittsburgh, I think someone makes a trade.
I would love for the Cowboys to trade down from 20. Let the team come in and take Ty Simpson before the Steelers. Wouldn't that be something? Just be storyline in Pittsburgh.
And there's not a lot of QBs after.
Well, it would have to, because if someone wants Ty Simpson, you know that
the Cowboys are going to take him.
It. So there's the perfect. It's Cowboys, I think, want to trade down again from 20. Yeah. Get a late first, get a 2nd or a 3rd.
There you
like
go.
I said, the value in the 2nd and 3rd. Like if you look at the guys,
I was just thinking he was talking about Cowboys are going to take Ty Simpson for a moment.
But what team does that?
I can see Houston doing that.
You think Houston?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see Houston doing a flyer being like.
I could see Houston. And at 28, I would take 28.
Yeah.
I like that pick at 28.
I can see Houston going there and being like, here, we'll take 20. We're going to take Ty Simpson. We're going to take a flyer, whatever. We'll figure our things out with Stroud. If Stroud isn't it, we got this guy developing in the background. And then here's another 2nd or 3rd. I mean, I don't know. It's possible.
They're not going to give up on Stroud that early.
Yeah, you never know.
That'd be a good pick for them, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get a guy like you can.
Think so.
Their defense is rock solid. They got a running.
You'd have to get rid of Stroud because if you bring in Ty Simpson, like that's the exact opposite. You're pushing. You're pushing Stroud out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the Stroud's not. They got to make their decision. Yeah,
they got to make that decision real quick.
Los Angeles Chargers take Caleb Banks, defensive tackle from Florida. 23 Philadelphia Eagles take Micah Lemon. Of course they do. So we have Micah Lemon and Jeremiah Love entering the division. Great. Good. And Carnell Tate. I forgot about him entering the event.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
but at least, like I said, Mekhi Lemon's not going to be there, and Jordan Tyson's not going to be there.
Yeah, I don't think so. Casey Concepcion going to the Cleveland Browns. CJ Allen going to the Bears.
That's a great pick.
That'd be
at
a really good pick
25.
for them for linebacker. That would be a nice fit there. Emmanuel McNeil Warren, safety from Toledo, going to the Buffalo Bills. 49ers taking Caleb Lomu, offensive tackle.
That's a good pick.
Trent Williams is nearing
good
the
pick.
end of his career. I think this would be a good time for a transition period. Houston Texans taking Blake Miller, offensive tackle from Clemson. Kansas City, with their second pick in the first round, take Avion Terrell.
Wow.
That's a fall, but that's what I mean. If Cowboys trade
is a
down,
Like that's
he's going to be there in the late teens.
That-
And if you trade down again, or if you trade down from 20,
Who did KC pick in the
first one.
first
Sonny
one?
Styles.
Sonny Styles
Sonny Styles
and Avion Terrell on the first
Cowboys
round.
dream.
Yes, very much so.
Cowboys.
Honestly, yeah, that's
But like that's
Those would
like,
be two
but that's what I
solid
mean.
picks.
They
You
would
were
for the
able to,
Cowboys,
you're
yeah.
able to replace Trent McDuffie,
Yeah.
a fiery outside corner who
Yeah.
may fit
That's what
even
their
better in the
plan
slot.
was.
Like you can replace, and you don't have to pay him that whole contract. You got him on a rookie deal. It's masterful thinking. Denver Broncos take Omar Cooper Jr., wide receiver from Indiana. Wow. Okay. All right. That's not a bad pick. And the New England Patriots take Cassius Howell, edge from Texas A&M. Yeah, I can see that. They're in a winning window. They need some guys that can play on their defense. Seahawks, they said goodbye to Tariq Woolen in free agency, and they take Colton Hood from Tennessee. Man, there's a lot of Tennessee cats going. Now, fellas, I got some questions from the mock draft. I won't talk about the Cowboys or Steelers. We already talked about that. Fernando Mendoza, the rumor is that the Las Vegas Raiders are looking to sign Kirk Cousins. And they're looking to have Fernando Mendoza, or at least Tom Brady apparently wants Fernando Mendoza to sit a year and start his second year in the NFL as a starter. Or in this case, what they're thinking of is we start the keys off with Kirk, and if the wheels are starting to fall off and the season is gung-ho, whatever, then we can bring on Fernando in the second half to be in a no-pressure situation. Is this a real plan, or do you guys think there's a disaster waiting to happen?
I'm not against it. Like I said, I
think that's
like quarterbacks sitting. It's the same if look at
Mahomes
college.
did it.
When college kids, even 5 stars, go from high school to college, it is very rare to see a true freshman quarterback.
Yeah, that is a good
They
point.
redshirt, and that's why you always see
true.
talk about it's a redshirt freshman here, redshirt freshman there. It's completely high school to college is a different game. College to the NFL is an even bigger different game. And like I said, you're not playing against college kids anymore. You're the young kid playing against grown-ass fucking men.
Yep.
okay, true, but this is like consensus number 1 overall pick. And if you go into preseason, it's probably going to be a bit of a circus if you go Kirk Cousins and you don't play Mendoza.
I don't know.
Like, how many people?
I kind of disagree. I feel like if you're clear and like you're clear about the direction, like sure, you can go in training camp and be like, it's a battle for the number 1 job. And then you go and you say, we're going to give the tie to the veteran and we're giving the keys to Kirk Cousins to start the season. What that eliminates is eliminates all pressure on Mendoza going in. You let Mendoza play all the preseason, right? Kirk Cousins doesn't need to see nothing in
Right.
preseason. But what it does is that first start for Mendoza is now it's still must-watch television. Everyone's still going to tune in, but it no longer becomes a must-win for Mendoza. Does that kind of make sense? Because
Yeah.
like now you're going from maybe like a week 1 start where all the eyes are on you. The
pressure's
debut,
off.
the pressure's on. Like if he were to start, but then now you're like, okay, the Raiders are 0-5. Kirk Cousins has just been demolished in his latest game, and you know what? We got nothing to lose. Here's the key. Here's the keys, Fernando. We're marking the debut of Fernando Mendoza November 7th, right? Instead of saying it's like September or whenever the season starts. Now what you're doing is if you were to go the other way around, which is like now Mendoza starts in week 1, but you have Kirk Cousins sitting there. If Mendoza falters, they go to Kirk. His confidence is done. Like it's over. Like you might like he's like, what the fuck? Like I was a number 1 pick. I just lost a starting job. Kirk Cousins, and then let's say Kirk Cousins sucks too when he goes in there.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're gonna go back to Mendoza, and Mendoza's already fucking shattered confidence. But instead of that, what you get is you get a guy going into week 7, week 8, week 9, even week 10. And he's like, you know what? Got nothing to lose. Season's already a wrap. Go out there, play my game, make my plays, get my familiar reps in, cool beans. You're out. Raiders pick another top pick again next year. And now the year after that, he comes in as a starter. I don't know. I
Like,
don't hate it.
I'm not against
I
it.
wouldn't hate it.
I'm not against it. I don't hate it. And like I said, I like quarterback sitting, but when it's the first overall pick and you have
That's
the
really
fans,
tough. Yes. Yeah.
because that's the thing, right? Because all of a sudden
gonna
the
sell
fans are going to go
tickets.
wild. His jersey's going to be the number 1 selling jersey. The fans are going to buy tickets expecting to see Fernando Mendoza.
That'd be funny.
Exactly.
That
so
would be funny.
that is the hard part. But it makes a lot of sense. And it really depends on that offensive line. Like, cool, you got Linderbaum and I know you've got the left tackle. Still need a little bit of help. Like, do you want Fernando? Like, Fernando's a tough kid. But again, like you saw the beatings he took in the national championship game. But again, that's against college kids. You're going up against big boys, full-grown adults who want to kill you. You were the first overall pick.
Everyone's got you.
You have a target on your back.
Everyone's got a dartboard with your face on it in the locker room.
I don't see
I don't
him
see it
being
happening.
upset
Like, I
about
don't see it happening.
starting as a backup.
No, he's not going to be. I don't think.
Well,
he's gonna
I don't even see him starting and then struggling. And Cousins comes in and it ruins his ego. I don't see that with Mendoza
Yeah,
compared to other.
It also
quarterbacks that
depends.
have,
Like I said, we just looked at their schedule, and their schedule is fucking tough. So it really depends on, because everything's still like the schedule isn't out. It's just you just know your opponents.
Yeah.
It depends. Like if they start off on a gauntlet, like say you play the fucking your divisional games right away, or say you play like a divisional game. So say you play like the Chiefs, then the Patriots, then the Seahawks, then another top team. Do you really want Mendoza going right into the fire there? Like,
Right,
you,
yeah.
you
Well, you
also have to
gotta-
look at that too.
You got to temper expectations too. Like,
Oh, for
But
sure,
also,
for sure,
Clint Kubiak is a brand new head coach,
exactly.
right? So he's gonna have eyes on him too, as he's a rookie too, just in coach setting. So, and playing in Vegas, a lot of eyes on them. Obviously, Mendoza's there. We got to temper expectations a little bit.
Well,
But I
especially with
think-
that schedule they have, like you got to have
Yeah.
protect that. But you also, if you really are deciding that Fernando Mendoza is as a number 1 pick, those are franchise cornerstones. If he's going to be your franchise quarterback, is there really an issue with sitting him that first year, or at least the first few games, first half season? Like Kirk Cousins got to know at this time, like I said, he's not. I don't
He's
think he wants to
going
be a
in there.
backup.
Yeah, he's going in
but
there
at
for
the same
one job.
time. At the same time, he's got to read the room.
He
I'm
could
sure
be
he
a
can
backup
read
with
it.
a headset on,
Yeah.
and,
So
and he could be like another coach.
But
He's
if
already
he-
been a
but
backup
if he-
wherever he's been the last few years,
Yeah.
right?
But I think,
I mean, he's made
I
enough
like
money.
that.
He's made enough money. His agents
yeah.
made him fucking rich as fuck. If
he
you
could
want to,
walk.
if you want to be a part of the team, I mean, your options are limited.
But it's going to be, and a lot of people talk about it. It's like, what's Brady's role in the Raiders, and like, how much does he really contribute, and like, what's really going on with like him? Like, does he even give a fuck about the Raiders? You're about to see. You're about
Yeah.
to see.
See.
You're about to see the way the Raiders go about their business with Fernando Mendoza. Who is really calling the shots? Because if it's up to Mr. Davis, Fernando Mendoza is starting game 1.
Game 1,
And
instantly.
he is going to do a corral, and they're gonna bring him in with the horses and gallop him through the strip and like make him go to Chico's Bonitas for a signing after, and then come back and play the game. If it's up to Brady, maybe that's a little bit of a different story because Brady knows what it's like. Brady
Yeah,
didn't start.
Brady sat. Yeah,
Brady sat way.
but it's
back.
also he was different. He was a
He was-
sixth round.
Exactly. A little bit of a
It's a
different
little
scenario, but at the same time, I think it's curious if you're a football fan, watch how they go about their business with Fernando Mendoza. That will tell you how much sway, how much actual voice Brady has as an owner
Yeah,
in running this team.
or even like just Raider Nation too,
Yeah.
because they might voice their opinions and force Mark Davis's hand and be like, "All right, that's
Mark-
it. I've
but
heard
like-
so much. I need to play him.
But like
I need to sell tickets."
let's be honest. Does Mark Davis really give a fuck about Raider Nation?
No.
No, he doesn't give a fuck.
I
But
don't think
he
so.
he cares about making money.
Yeah, but he's gonna make money, and that's the tricky part about this team is because of where they're situated. Regardless of what the Raiders could pull out the Harlem Globetrotters for a
All
game.
of Indiana will be at that game.
Yeah, you're gonna have all
that's true.
the Indiana Hoosier fans with their national championship T-shirts all in attendance. But I agree. I think he cares all about making money. And that's why I think he's going to play probably week 1. Should he? I don't know. I don't think so. I think they should.
I would see how how they do in training camp.
But I think he's going to start, like, they're going to make this a spectacle because it's the first time they're able to, like, sell the Raiders in Las Vegas since they've been there.
But going back, like, look at guys who have sat. Look at, like you said, Brady sat behind Bledsoe. And second of all, Romo sat behind Bledsoe. I mean, it sucks to be
Mahomes.
Bledsoe. Like, you lose your job twice. Rodgers sat 3 seasons behind Favre. Like I said, there is nothing
Jordan Love
wrong.
sat behind.
Jordan Love sat behind Aaron Rodgers. There is nothing wrong with sitting guys. It's just, we're in a day and age where marketing and merchandise sales is almost more important than what the product you actually put on the field. So you look at all those guys. Mahomes sat.
Even Purdy sat.
We could look at the
Purdy
other
sat,
side.
but I mean, Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant. And now look at him.
Yeah.
Like, there is nothing wrong with sitting. And fans need to realize that. Like, do you want to, like I said, it's in the NFL, it's sink or swim. You get thrown to the wolves and it's success or failure.
But
those are your only 2 options.
But I think if we're talking about it and, like, these conversations are happening, well, maybe we're just smarter than 90% of Raiders fans. But Raiders fans gotta know. Like, you gotta fuck. Like, how successful was Ashton Genty last year? Who wasn't that successful?
Yeah, no.
Right? Like, and okay, part of that was Pete Carroll was a domestic terrorist and terrorizing.
And that offensive line was terrible.
There was a terrible time for all parties involved, but, like, it takes time for the, like, certain positions to really pop off. And, like, you're not going to get the anomaly. Like, you look at Dak, the reason why Dak was so successful that year 1 where Tony Romo went down is because they had possibly the greatest offensive line consumed, like, till date, like, put together. Like, so obviously Ezekiel Elliott and Dak were having these crazy numbers, but, like, you look at Jaden Daniels right now, it's not looking too hot. Like, yeah, injury concern and all that stuff, but it's not looking too great. I'll even give you one more. Even Jackson Dart sat. There you go. There's even one more guy who sat and who seems to find success.
Yeah, I think, though, we could look at it the other side of the coin on this because Peyton Manning was the 2nd overall pick. And when he was a rookie, he threw the most interceptions ever in his first year. And he ended up bouncing back in a big way and leading the Colts to the playoffs in the next following years and eventually winning a Super Bowl. So it does depend on the player too, because a lot of guys maybe just get thrown into it, like Anthony Richardson going on the Colts, and then they took him out, played a vet, and then put him back in, and then he just crapped out.
I don't know what the Colts are doing with Anthony Richardson is a far-fetched cry. It doesn't seem like they're doing anything with him that makes it so that either party is successful. I don't think they've set themselves up in the part of, like, if they're going to trade Anthony Richardson, I don't think they've done a good enough job of setting him up for success where his trade value goes up. And at the same time, he's unplayable. So I don't know.
But I think when it comes to Mendoza, I mean, he's shown in college that he can be a great leader and he can overcome adversity and win these big games. So, you know, maybe he struggles a little bit in the first year. And like you said, they have a tough schedule, but maybe in the next year he comes back stronger and he can just learn from his mistakes on the field rather than just sitting on the sideline and watching Kirk Cousins make mistakes.
I don't know. I feel like even the leadership point, I feel like that's a good point you brought up about him being a great leader in college. I think being a great leader in college and the NFL is like two different things. Because I feel like in college, you're all striving for the same goal. Like, you're all striving to make it to the NFL. Like, that's your goal. Like, everybody's a collective. Obviously, well, I guess national championship. But making it to the NFL is the dream. I think motivating a multi-million, well, it's changing with NIL now, but still, motivating a multi-millionaire who's like 35, maybe like 14 years older than you, got 3 kids, he has to take these painkiller shots in his back.
Oh, you have to win the locker room.
Yeah.
Like you have to win the locker room. You have to win the trust of the offensive line. Like,
that's why I love Dak so much, is because I feel like he went in there and he like won that locker room over, where all these Hall of Famers were like, you know what? He's a good kid. We want to go to war for him, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, you see a lot of these guys that come out of like,
which was tough because they're all those were all Romo's boys.
Yeah. They saw their guy go down and they're like, okay, who the fuck's this fucking kid from Mississippi State who we drafted with a comp pick? Like, what the fuck? Like, don't tell me what to do. And of course, Mendoza might be a little bit different.
Well,
He's
Romo went down, but he also had that leadership in the locker room. Like, hey,
Yeah.
this is Dak, my back.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot of it.
Here.
That's a lot of it too. But it's also like to wrap up the point. I just think it's like in leading 18, like we were all 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 at one point, like in that age range. And I feel like if you were at that age, like you're 21, let's say, I don't know how old Mendoza is, let's just call him 21 for now. But like you're 21-year-old, like you're at work and you're telling this guy he's not doing a good enough job and he needs to work harder.
And he's like 37.
And the guy's like 37
Yeah.
and he's been doing this shit all his fucking life. And he's
Yeah.
got like 3 kids, 2 mortgages, and fucking just like heaps of back pain and other fucking surgical problems. It's kind of hard to like, you know, be that guy and lead. So there's a lot of pressure, I think, that goes into like a.
Well, that's what I mean. You got to
First
win the
circle.
locker.
You gotta-
But that's,
yeah.
as a quarterback, when you go in, like right away, you got to have like team only meeting with your running back and your offensive line. You guys got to have that talk and be like, look, this is what we need to do. This is our goals. This is our accomplished. You show me the way, and I'll show you what I can do, and let me prove to you. And that's what I mean, because the offensive line, they got it. Because otherwise, you're gonna see them not fight for him, not gonna block, and all of a sudden, fucking now it's gonna blindside fucking Lawrence and just fucking knock him out or something.
And I think the thing
his
is,
career.
and like the only thing I'll say is like I'm sure we're gonna clip this all up. We're gonna make separate little YouTube clips about all this stuff. We're gonna be doing a lot of fun little content. But I think my thing is that when it comes to Fernando Mendoza, regardless of whether he starts week 1 or whether he starts week 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, whatever, he has to come out swinging. Like
100%.
He cannot come out of there like not knowing what he needs, like not like looking clueless in a way, like looking confused. He has to know exactly what he's doing and he has to come out swinging. If players are dropping balls, players are doing their thing, cool. That's what I like about Caleb. Caleb's out there whipping that thing. Like he is coming out swinging. And sometimes the wide receivers are looking at him like, brother, I can't catch that. It's going way too fast. But he's still coming out swinging. And I think that's why like Fernando needs to do it. He needs to have that dog instinct where it's like, I'm a killer. Like a lot of people are not going to take him seriously. And I guarantee you the shit talking is going to be like, they're not taking this kid seriously because he looks like a choir boy.
Well, and also what he needs to do, he needs to take a fucking big hit and just pop right the fuck back up.
Like go pop
no
right,
staying down.
yeah.
He needs to get fucking drilled and pop back up and talk some shit. Like that's all you fucking got. I got right back up.
Yeah.
Come at me again. I guarantee you,
Yeah,
your
yeah,
offensive
yeah.
line is not going to let that happen
He
again.
needs to come out. Yeah, I agree with you. I 100% agree with like
Take a fucking hit and just pop right back up. Even if it fucking hurts, you broke your fucking rib, you pop right back up and just show everyone your toughness. Because he did it in the national championship game. That first drive, when he took those 3 shots,
clobbered.
he got fucking drilled. He didn't complain. He got right back up and had a fucking shit-eating grin on his face. He needs to do that in the NFL, and that'll win him all the respect from his offensive line.
There you go. There you go. Beautiful fucking stellar analysis there, fellas. All right, rapid fire time. Quick takes to end the episode here, fellas. Kyler Murray to the Vikings is a JJ McCarthy demotion, and everyone knows it. Agree or disagree?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Agree?
Murray's
Those
gonna be
4
starting.
agrees right there. The Bengals had the worst week in the NFL. True or false? Who had it worse if you say false?
False. Cardinals.
I was about to say Cardinals.
Yeah.
They did fucking nothing.
You know, I'm going to say the Bengals.
And you're in the division with 3 juggernauts, and you didn't do shit.
Yeah.
You're
and you're
gonna-
paying Murray a bunch of money.
You're going to stay in the fucking shit.
That's a classic Cardinals way. The Cowboys are a fringe playoff team until Pickens gets a real deal. True or false?
I think they're a playoff team even
False.
without him.
False.
I think
Yeah.
that defense
think
is going to surprise a lot of
Yeah.
people.
I think we need to wait till the draft and see who they draft.
Yeah, I think if they go the right defensive route that me and
Yes.
Brandon have presented today,
Yeah.
if they go
But
the
even
right,
the coaching changed.
yeah,
I think the
Chris-
coach, like I said,
Christian
we
Parker-
had-
It helps, yeah.
the
Chris
offense
Parker,
isn't the
2 thumbs
problem.
up.
It was the defense. And just straight up, if you did not make any defensive moves from last season, you had the exact same defense. Christian Parker turns that into obviously it's not going to be a top defense, but it's better than last.
Yes, the bar is
And
right there,
Like, yeah.
on the ground. Tua Tagovailoa on a vet minimum with Atlanta is the most disrespectful contract of the week.
disagree just because they know he's getting paid 54 million from Miami. He doesn't care. He's getting his money.
It's not disrespectful. He's got another shot to prove himself down the road.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't think it's disrespectful.
All right,
I agree.
I'm gonna say it's not disrespectful for him. Maybe for Mr. Michael Penix. Aaron Rodgers retires before the draft. Yes or no?
No,
No.
he's
No.
He's running it. He's running
Steelers
it
made
back.
the moves to get
He's
him
running
back.
it back.
He'll run it back 1 year.
You know what? For your sake, Matt, I hope you get him back for one more year.
Yeah.
I can't see him going back to the Packers. That'd be too much.
He's gonna go to the Packers.
I mean, that'd be too ridiculous. Fellas, another stellar episode. We'll be back, guys. We'll be back sometime next week. We're not sure yet when we're going to be recording. We'll be coming back with some fun stuff. We got some more inmate letters for you folks.
Oh,
You
fuck
know,
yeah.
nice.
Fuck yeah.
We have a new...
Oh, you had all the time in the world to write some, right?
Hey, yeah. Just wait. LaQuishua or whatever
Is that
her
her
name.
name?
Whatever her name was,
Michigan?
Detroit, Michigan. Big fan of the Love Machine, KK. But we've got some inmate letters. We've got some Reddit stories we're gonna react to. We've got some pop culture stuff we're gonna rank. It's gonna be a good time. Until next time, guys. I mean, if you aren't following us on the socials and emailing us your suggestions for all things football, pop culture, college football, then what are you doing? Follow us on the socials. Red Zone Blitz Pod. X, Instagram, TikTok. Email us, redzoneblitzpodcast@gmail.com. And until next time, this is G.
Brandon.
Matt.
And KK.
And we're out.